the end of the year, I will turn 30 years old. As I have gotten older, I have thought about how my life has changed throughout the years. This gave me an idea for a new series of videos. My idea is to look at games I used to play during my childhood and talk about why they are significant to me and what was going on during the time that I played them. Basically, this is just going to be a personal nostalgia trip. Well, let's start.
Hey, everybody! An old man's talking!
Since I was a kid, I always had a fascination with dinosaurs. I used to watch documentaries like Working with Dinosaurs, read encyclopedias, play with dinosaur toys, watch movies like the Land Before Time series and Jurassic Park, with Jurassic Park being my favorite movie, which it still is to this day. But during the late 90s to early 2000s, there was only one option when it came to video games with dinosaurs, especially because I didn't have a console at the time. So the game that I'm talking about is an arcade game. The game is the Lost World Jurassic Park Arcade Game. The game is based on the 1997 movie The Lost World Jurassic Park. The game was developed by Sega and released the same year as the movie. This was my favorite game to play whenever I visited my local arcade. Something curious about this game is that it started development when the movie was being produced, so it does have some difference with the movie, because the movie was not released yet. Okay, let's do this. Okay, right. Need to figure out how to place coins. Oh, there it goes. Start. So there are different difficulties, shuffle, skips random areas. It's better to do beginner because expert just starts you from like the end of the game instead. Yeah. But technically you play less. So back then, this game actually was, for me, was very detailed. And I still think that the dinosaur models still hold up. What I used to like about this is that the raptors were very like aggressive. Ah, I love it. The funny thing is that in the tutorial, they mentioned that you are shooting them with laser darts.
You can find them with this detector.
But the way that they go flying kinda seems like this is killing them. Oh, they hit me. Ah, I didn't save him. So you can save people and they will give you items. Either health or yes, weapons.
Hey, over here.
Now this is kind of like the movie in which the hunters are trying to capture the dinosaurs, but it also feels like it only follows a little bit of the movie. It's like its own original story. Ah, fuck. Okay, I'm rusty. It's a lot better to play with a real one, well, a real light one. That's the only time that you see the Dilophosaurus. Oh, I shot it. The Triceratops. Yeah, if the Triceratops doesn't die, you don't get the roll. Your card doesn't roll. Basically, you can miss some like, I would say side quests or mini games, and you get punished by having to fight against more dinosaurs.
Good job.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that. I gotta talk. They're very aggressive. I didn't know I saved him. Oh, he didn't die in one shot. Well, I guess tranquilized, not. They don't die, they just go to sleep. So something that you can do with the comps is just wait for them to come to you. They're kinda slow. And they die when they sleep in one shot. Really, they should be dead because I'm used. If these are tranquilizer shots, then I'm using the same amount of tranquilizer on each single animal. To the bar. So, well, I was saying. So, if this is enough to make a raptor go to sleep, then the combi should get an overdose.
Are you okay?
A single shot. T-Rex. He's probably the best looking dinosaur in the game. So just like with the Triceratops, you have to hit the weak spots. If you don't, he attacks you. Well, she. It's a female one. Okay, there, I died. I'm really okay. I remember now. The power bars. That's kind of very difficult with the mouse. The power bar. I think when you have like 3 or 4 of them, they get you like another life. But you can still shoot her even when she's not showing the circles. It doesn't do as much damage, but it reduces her health. Stage 2, the King of the Lakeside. So I think those are Gallimimus, an Iguanodon, maybe, and a Parasaurolophus. And this is a very weird part of the game. So I think these are Mamenchisaurus? I don't know how to pronounce the name. But you'll see the weird part. Okay, I should be immediately dead from that, but seems like they are very aggressive without having to be aggressive. Didn't have a reason for this. I guess I'm stuck in the water. Okay, there it goes. Okay, this is a weird part. I had to shoot it. Okay, I did it. If you missed, the dinosaur just pops at you and you get stuck and you have to fight some raptors. Wait a second, these are tranquilizer darts and they blow up the barrels. No, as a kid, I think they still are, but oh, that was very, I didn't notice. My bad. My favorite arcade games were always the light gun shooters, rail shooters. My local arcade place used to have this game plus House of the Dead, and they will be my favorite 2 games, my top 2 favorite games in arcades. Now, I will not say that they're my favorite games now, but they will be like top 10 for me. These are Pachycephalosaur. I could not say the name. Pachycephalosaurus. But something weird about them is that they share the armor correctly. They have the same noise. They do the same noise as the T-Rex. But it has like a different pitch to make it a little bit different. Might be possible that the developers were rushed to finish the game before the well, to finish the game and release it around the same time as the movie. Okay, this has the same exact noise as the T-Rex, the Deinosuchus. One of many prehistoric crocodiles. I don't remember if this is supposed to be the biggest one. But it was a dinosaur killer. Okay, so I don't think that shooting it does anything. It's underwater. It's really one of the most boring parts of the game because you have to wait a while for the Dinosuchus to reveal its waypoints. I will always compare it to, like, I don't know, the Jaws, the shark from Jaws. Difficult to move my hand quickly, the circles, especially if they are fall apart. I was reading that supposedly they wanted to instead of using the Dinosuchus, they wanted to add Plesiosaur as boss. Plesiosaur is basically like long neck, marine reptile. Let's look at this. So think of it like the Loch Ness monster. But supposedly they didn't add it in because they thought it would be too difficult to show that. Think of it like the tails of the long neck dinosaurs. What?
This is the Site B laboratory.
Now in the movie, I think the side B, so the second island, is where they clone the dinosaurs, and then they will move them to the park in East Lugar, which will be side A. But in the movie, they mentioned that something happened and they had to abandon the island. I think it was like a storm. Okay, yeah, you get a life after 3 bars.
Help's on the way. Good job.
It gives a weapon. Okay, it doesn't say it there. Seems there is like a limitation to the emulator or whatever this is. It's supposed to say lightning. It gives you infinite ammo. I don't have to hit the exact circle. It seems like it knocks them down in one shot. I ran out immediately. Not immediately, but at the worst time possible. So if you shoot them, you cannot call the other ones to attack you. So ah. If you shoot at him, you risk... Well, if you shoot at him, you risk him getting shot at. Now, they cannot kill him. So you can just wait for them to come here. I was too slow.
Good job.
He probably has a lot of fights. It is another minigame. This is memorize the password. 7. Okay. Yes. This was almost impossible to do as a kid, especially with the icons, because it's not like playing on computer in which you see the sight the entire time, or the target.
It looks like they headed for that dome.
Let's take a short
The target thing is only always misses. The target is just, I guess, the emulator. There is no target when you have light ones, because of how light ones work. Basically, the screen flashes whenever you shoot, and there is a sensor that detects where the tip of the gun is. But that's why they're called light guns. But that means that the game is not detecting the gun the entire time. Only when you shoot. When you shoot, the screen flashes, I guess.
Look, Ian and Sarah.
They don't look at all like the characters in the movie. I think Sarah does, but not Ian.
This is the plant control center.
Now this very interesting boss that we're going to.
Ian! Sarah!
Get away. He's coming.
Oh yeah, the voice acting is not good. The Carnotaurus. So, in the Lost World novel, well, the Lost World Jurassic Park novel, Michael Crichton, the author, wrote that there were two Carnotaurus in the other book, and he described them as chameleon-like dinosaurs. And in the book, they had the ability to turn visible, kind of like how a chameleon camouflages. They also made him look a lot more like a chameleon in this game compared to probably how he looked like in real life. Now this thing that was not in the movie. They probably ran out of time in the movie to do a lot of the stuff that was in the book. I don't even remember if the book game was able to come out before the movie or after. But a lot of the things that were in the book that were not used in the movie were used later in the Jurassic World movies.
You're on an elevator.
For example, the
Look out.
Carnotaurus appears in the franchise for the first time, Fallen Kingdom, but it doesn't have the ability to camouflage. Instead, they gave it to the Indominus Rex in the first Jurassic World 1. Okay, I said that wrong. The first Jurassic World.
We should take care of this kid in the lab.
The green flash was set. The operation of the elevator stopped.
But basically, Indominus Rex was like a mixture of different animals, dinosaurs, and real life animals too. Wow. Oh, there he goes. I was not paying attention to his alt. Trailer. So this is based on probably one of the most tense scenes in the movie. It's the same guy that gets hit by the dinosaurs. Well, it's the same model as the one that from like the first level that gets attacked by a raptor.
Good job.
Okay. Okay, now I can just shoot. Never mind. They're more aggressive when they're not attacking the people. Also kind of difficult to shoot them when they're under the car. Or the truck. Or whatever this is, the trailer.
There's something here.
Wait, they didn't see the raptors at all when they got in. And like I said, I didn't hear the T-Rex. Well, the two T-Rexes. So this is the male one. We defeated the female one before. Now we are facing both of them. Very difficult to avoid. Well, to shoot the raptor. Oh, it is. I wonder if that happens if you save the baby T-Rex from getting hurt. Okay, the circles are not that widespread, so it's kind of easy to hit them. Yeah, the playing this is also not precise because it kind of seems like the darts or well, bullets, whatever, they are not going directly to where the sight is or the target.
Oh dear. She's called her mate.
Sounds like the voice acting from Resident Evil 1.
He's coming close to us.
Help's on the way.
So there is something interesting about this entire level. I think they originally wanted this to be the end of them, in which the T-Rex goes in a rampage throughout San Francisco. There is a different version of this game that was only in special arcades, in I believe like Sega amusement parks or something like that. I think it was called like the Lost World Jurassic Park Arcade Game Special for the Lords. And it had different levels, and it included the San Francisco level, but they removed the Carnotaurus boss. Now it is considered a case of, well, one example of like lost media, because there is no footage of that version of the game. There is a picture of the arcade cabinet, and accounts of or statements of people playing it,
Oh, it's a
but there is no recording of the gameplay. Well, let's get them. I hit that. Like I should have run away. Very difficult to do precise shots. What is this? Okay, we'll come back later. I messed up the, I guess I pressed the wrong button and went to the settings and test mode of the arcade game itself. I didn't expect that to happen. Oh well. I'll come back later. Okay, so I'm back. I had to redo the entire game just to fight this fight again. And now that I'm not rusty, I'm actually playing a lot better than before. I didn't miss like a bunch of the previous minigames that I failed. I cannot blow up the boxes. But this fight still is kind of difficult. Well, I guess it will be more. These games are made in a way in which you cannot really lose as long as you have money to keep having credits. But it's a great way to play the game, so I don't have to worry about that. Now I have no idea how much like money I've used for this one, technically, for credits.
Oh, it's a dead end.
Thinking about it, like I probably beat this game in arcades, maybe like twice or 3 times. Okay, that's still difficult to hit. Mostly said a lot, so it's difficult to hit. It's kinda of an unnecessary attack. You went a long way just to force through that building. Probably was some brain damage. But oh well.
Look, Ian and Sarah.
Ian! Sarah!
And that was The Lost World Jurassic Park, the arcade game made by Sega. Yeah, still, I think the game still holds up. It's still one of my favorite games. But I think like compared to like House of the Dead, it really feels like the weapons are not as good. The response, like I guess the feedback that you get from like shooting the guns in House of the Dead feels a lot better. I don't know if this is a problem with my version of the game, but I feel like when I was playing House of the Dead, I could aim a lot better. Also, something I noticed, the game is supposed to be widescreen, but for some reason, it's not, well, it's not showing it. So I'm playing with like a square, smaller screen. Now, so the last time that I played this game in an arcade was in a mall back in like 2019. I believe like before the pandemic. And by that point, like throughout many years, this game will leave the arcades I used to visit because they need maintenance, they will sell them or maybe they were really broken. But the continuation of this story will be found in the movie. The movie came out before. Oh yeah, by mistake, I added a credit for player 2. So it's probably getting us like a record for player 2. I mean, for 2 players. Okay, they were one those. So like I was saying, so I went to this arcade that was not where I used to live because I was visiting my father, and he lives now in another city. Well, an arcade inside a mall. And they had this game there, and I was surprised because throughout the many years, a lot of the arcades stopped having this game since it's from 1997. So it probably has been there for how many years? Is that 22 years? So 2019. Yeah, 22. And I took the chance to beat the game. I think I have a picture of it because I was surprised that I found it. But well. So the pandemic hits, or happens, and I come back like 2 years later. Well, I came back in 2022. I just escaped 2020 and 21 because of like, well, obviously the pandemic. I come back, the arcade is completely gone. Turns out that the arcade chain that had like a bunch of arcades throughout many different malls to bankrupt, and they sold a bunch of their games because of the pandemic, because people were not going. So that was the last time that I have seen this game in person. Well, 2019. Too. But yeah, I guess that's it for this. And yeah, that really doesn't look like a tranquilizer gun. Well, for anyone that was watching, thanks for watching. And I will think of like other games I used to play in the past. See you later.